Greetings, media operatives. My name is Lee Pinkerton and I run the CREM project. CREM is an acronym. It stands for Communicating the Race Equality Message More Effectively. In this particular video, I'll be explaining the 6 essential elements that you should have in your press release. So the press release is that communication that you'll send to a journalist to encourage them to write about you, your project, your organization. How do you get them to do that? Well, with using these 6 essential elements, hopefully you'll be more effective. So the first of your 6 essential elements that should be included in every press release is the headline. Now, we all know what a headline is. We see them in newspapers. It's not a full sentence. It doesn't even have to be grammatical. It's just a few words that explain what's about to come. In a newspaper, it's those few words that make you read the story, and it serves the same purpose in a press release. It's those few words that makes the journalist open the email to read the rest of the press release. So it needs to be punchy, short, to the point, but explaining enough to make them click open. Number 2 in the 6 essential elements of a press release is the top line. Now, the top line is a journalistic term. When you're learning journalism as a student, my tutor always used to say to me, what's the top line with this story? That is the thing, the important element that you're trying to get across in just a couple of sentences. In marketing speak, it's called your elevator pitch. That thing that you would say to a prospective client if you're in the elevator and you've got to get your message across before they get out at their floor. So it's got to be very short and to the point, a couple of sentences, longer than the headline, but shorter than the main body of the press release, which will follow. It's also called the hook because that will hook people in to read more. So going on to the 3rd essential element of a press release, that would be the main body. So this is where you put all the details, the who, what, where, why. This would be where you also include a quote, maybe from the organization's spokesman. This is where you'll put the meat on the bones, and this will hopefully be where you'll give the journalist enough information for them to decide, yep, okay, I've read enough, I'm going to do something on this story. The 4th element of every good press release is the call to action. Now that will come at the bottom of the press release, and that is what you want people to do with the information you're giving them. Now, obviously you want the journalist to write a story, but when he writes that story, what do you want the people reading to do? Do you want them to visit your website or make a donation or sign your petition or write to their MP or turn up to your rally? What is it that you want them to do? It's the call to action. And if you don't have a call to action at the bottom of your press release, then you have to reconsider, well, why are you writing a press release? What's the purpose? Then the 5th element that needs to be on your press release is the contact details. Then that's not for the general public, that's just for the journalist. The journalist has read your press release, he or she is interested, they want to do the story. Who do they contact? How do they arrange that interview? There needs to be a phone number, an email address for them to get into contact to make that happen. And then the final element of the press release is the notes for editors. Now this goes right at the bottom, usually in a smaller point size. It's not going to convince them to do the story. This is really if they've already decided that they're going to do the story and they just need a bit more information. So a bit of background, maybe the background of your organization or biographical details of the person that you're recommending them to interview. The background info if they want to pursue the story further. But they are the 6 essential elements that need to be in every good press release. So that's all for this video. Hopefully you found it useful. If you did, please press like, share it with anybody else you think might benefit. And if you want more resources like this, you can go to the CREM Project website or check out our YouTube channel where there are other instructional videos giving you good tips and advice on how to get the most out of your interactions with the media. That's all for now. Till the next one, remember, don't feed the trolls.